Hey everyone, Ultrapro here. I've got a special feature video for you for Retro Video Gamer. The item that is in question has not long ago arrived, and I haven't actually unpackaged it yet. It's a adapter of sorts, a peripheral for the Super Nintendo. It's a nice little piece of kit. It's quite intriguing. We thought we'd do a review on it to see if it's able to accomplish the function that it seems to think, that it seems to say that it can do. This is obviously the unpackaging part of the video. So for now, I'm just going to talk about the actual item. It's, as I said, it's an adapter. It's for the Super Nintendo. It's called the AD adapter. Now, I assume that the AD stands for Advanced, because this, if you don't know already, is meant to allow you to play your Game Boy Advance games on the Super Nintendo. Here's Super Nintendo. And Game Boy Advance games. So, the idea, in a perfect world, is that this device will allow you to play your Game Boy Advance games, and hopefully, I'm not sure yet, I haven't checked, hopefully your Game Boy Color and standard Game Boy games on the SNES, which will mean that you'll be able to output them to the TV instead of having to play around with the controller and batteries, etc. So I'm going to unpackage this now. I know nothing at this point about how this device actually works. All I know is that it's supposed to, as I said, it's supposed to allow you to connect your Game Boy Advance games to the SNES. Now, this device was developed, or should I say manufactured, by GameJoy in Japan. It's been distributed into the UK and other areas, I would assume, by a nice little company called retrotowers.co.uk. Here's their logo. It's retrotowers.co.uk. Go online, have a look at their website, see if it's of any interest to you. So I've unpackaged the device now. I'm going to go away, and when I come back I will be able to tell you more about how it works, how well it works, and what I think about the device in general. So you will see me back here in a few seconds. Right, so I'm back with the next part of this video review for the AD adapter for the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance. I've tested it out briefly, and so far I'm fairly impressed. I was a little bit concerned at first, because when I wired it up to this TV, which is out of camera shot, it's my old Sony Trinitron, which is probably from like 1992. It just came through as black and white no matter what I tried. So determined not to be put off, I tested it in my front room on the main TV. It seems to work fine. Yeah, so far I'm quite happy with this. It's I tested it on Mario vs Donkey Kong, Sonic Advance, and Super Mario Kart, Super Circuit, or whatever it's called, and I briefly tested it on Super Mario World 2 on the Advance. Now, one of the things that I was quite intrigued by this was the possibility that it might support other Game Boy games. I think it's important to note that despite the fact that they share the same basic port, Game Boy Color games did not respond. I tried 2 on it and they didn't respond at all. The screen was just white. So it must be specifically engineered for Game Boy Advance, which isn't a big loss. I have about 12 or 13 games on the Game Boy Advance. They're all pretty good. They're all games that I haven't really got on the SNES. So it basically expands my SNES library quite exponentially. And when you compare the original SNES picture quality on my main TV to the quality of these, there really isn't a huge difference. In fact, there's not much difference at all. I'm going to do some video capture footage, and I'll include some brief snippets of footage from in the living room, so you can see proof that it is wired into the TV and that it is working on the TV, and that I'm not just capturing the footage of these games from you know, an emulator. But the other great thing about this is that I'll be able to capture from the Game Boy Advance games on my on my computer for videos. So yeah, that will make for some pretty interesting videos. But yeah, anyway, let's see some footage of the games working and of the device working on my TV, and I will speak to you again in a minute. Okay, so just a bit of footage for you here. The AD adapter there with Mario vs Donkey Kong. Just wanted to prove that it does actually work so far. Obviously, I'm using a very modern high-res TV. It doesn't fill the ratio, but that's to be expected. None of my old consoles do. Yeah, so you can see that works. Right, back to the video.
Here we go! Let's go!
Okay, so I'm back with the adapter here. As you can see by some of the footage that I've included, so far it seems to be a pretty decent little bit of kit. I think you can get this for £27 or £28 on the Retro Tales website. It's a really good deal, especially when you consider the amount of exclusives that are on the Game Boy Advance. This is the Game Boy Advance that I have. Personally, I prefer this. I've always preferred the way that's made. But the other one, the SP, it looks more like this. You have to flip the lid and there's a backlight. And that is the only reason I would ever consider getting that model, because I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it holds any of it. So the only downside to that Game Boy Advance is that there's no backlight. So seeing these games in their proper colour, in their proper lit, sort of backlit condition, however you would want to describe it, on my computer and on the screen in there, was a nice change for me. Yeah, so be able to capture some videos for some of these games that I've got. So, got a nice bunch of Game Boy Advance games, and it's really nice that thanks to this device I can play them on my SNES on the big screen. So the device basically, to quote the immortal words of the Ron Seal adverts, does exactly what it says on the tin. It doesn't quite fulfill the well, it does fulfill the expectations. I can't really mark it down for not being able to play Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, because it doesn't say that it can, so that was more like a sort of misinterpretation on my part. I'd probably give this device a solid 8 out of 10. I'm not much for rating things out of 10, don't normally do it, but because this is a review, I thought for the purposes of this video review that I would give you guys a rough idea of my impressions. I think, considering how much you spent and you know what you get, I think it actually does its job really well. The only thing that I would say is be careful if you connect it to a TV that is like a CRT TV. The picture may come through as black and white. If that does happen, don't panic. Just connect it to a more modern TV that still has a SCART plug or a red, white and yellow RCA port, and Bob's your uncle. I may not have explained through the video how you connect this to the TV properly, so I'll just quickly do that now. All you end up doing is you plug the power into the back of the SNES, cartridge goes in there, this cable that comes with it plugs in there. You don't need to use the SNES AV out, you just use this cable, goes into a RCA port, or you can add a SCART, you know, SCART accessory onto the end of those cables, and it works fine. So yeah, all in all, as I said, 8 out of 10. Really nice, solid little device. Works really well. Works exactly how it's supposed to. So far, I've not had any problems with it. And yeah, if you're interested in getting one, go and have a look at their website. They've got some really awesome stuff on there, aftermarket equipment that you can use for all sorts of wonderful little projects that you might have in mind. Other than that, check out the written review, which will be on retrovideogamer.co.uk very soon. And if you want to speak to me or any of the other guys on RVG, just head on over and give us a shout, and we'll have some nice chats about crazy retro devices such as this one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and check out the other videos coming soon on the channel, and I shall see you soon.